Today we're tackling the bag situation. I am not wearing makeup today. I've just come back from a beautiful hike. It's a beautiful sunny day and I wanted to do a quick declutter of these bags. I have some plans of how to store some of this stuff as well. The gist of this is that this declutter challenge is about doing small bite-sized steps that you can do in between other things, and it's not a big deal if you don't get through it all. So this is going to be a fairly big-ish project, but we're going to start with some really simple ones. First up, this is my work bag. I have talked about this. I've done a separate video about it, which I will link up here as well as down below. 100% keeping this. I am not sponsored at all, but I love this. I've had it for years and it is staying. The other thing which you've seen on the channel before is my Minimalist handbag. Again, I've got a dedicated video on this, as well as my Minimalist wallet. I will link those videos as well down below and up here somewhere for you, but this is working really well. I'm definitely going to be keeping this. When it comes to handbags, I am very minimal. I either use my handbag or my work bag. But we all have a nostalgia bag, and for me, this one is my nostalgia bag. I have shown it to you on the channel before. It is a Kiki K brand and it's pretty worn, but it's a good leather bag, so it's still totally fine. I have used this in the last 12 months, which is why I'm allowing myself to keep this one. I have used it for work. It's got like a laptop sleeve and everything inside. So I am going to keep this, but if I don't use something in a 12-month period, I'm very willing to let it go. The day will come when I give this in my local pay it forward group or something. So it's also staying. And finally, I have this little clutch, nothing fancy, but this is my, if you're going to a wedding or a party or something, I use this probably 2-3 times a year. It was not expensive, but I am going to keep it for a little bit longer. I may replace it with like a nude or a very neutral thing, but let's face it, black is a very easy color to match with almost anything. Another thing that is staying is this duffel bag. My husband and I travel a lot back and forth for work, so this is sort of the overnight bag that we use almost every single week. It's not a fancy brand, it's very simple. We have one packing cube each and that is it. So this bag is actively used. I don't even know what brand it is. Quicksilver, apparently. So I'm going to keep this because we do use it and it's great for like an overnight or even going camping because it's a soft bag. So we're going to keep this one too. Now I've got a mountain of kind of day packs, hiking packs for like day trips and stuff like that. This bag here, I'm not sponsored by any of these brands, by the way. I just love some of them especially much. This one here, my beautiful hubby got me for my birthday this year. It's one of these sort of mesh backpacks. We're getting back into it, used to do a lot of day hikes and things like that. We did a hike this morning, so this is really great. It's got like a rain cover and everything, so I will 100% be keeping this, but I'm gonna let go of this one. This is my old bag. It's Columbia. I have had this for probably like 10 years, and it is unfortunately so worn that I won't be donating this. This is a good example of something, yes, I could potentially put it in my local pay it forward group with photos of the wear and tear and pass it forward like that. But honestly, it has served me so well. So we're gonna say thank you and goodbye to this one. Next up is my husband's hiking pack. I have already asked him, he wants to keep this. It's really good quality. It's got a rain cover and a couple of other things in it. So when we do day hikes where you need to bring a bunch of layers and some food and things like that, this one's great, as well as the one I showed you before. So this is also going to stay. This little pack is one of the packs, and I'll get into my suitcase in just a moment, but this is one of those packs that comes with a large hiking bag, like proper, like carry your tent and all the stuff kind of bag. So this one is going to stay because it's part of a set. We rarely use this, but I'm going to keep it with the luggage because I do want to keep it together should we ever get rid of that backpack. It is better to keep it as a set, and we have used it because this flat packs mega flat in a suitcase or something like that, so it is a very easy one to bring as a day bag if you are going overseas or something, so we'll be keeping that too. Another few things that are going, I have this, again this is from Kiki K. This is just a normal laptop bag. It's super cute, it's got flowers on it. I do not use this. I got this quite a few years ago, probably almost 10 years ago. I have used it a fair bit, but since I've got my really good work bag, there is no time where I would need to bring a laptop outside of a bag and leave it in here. So I'm going to pass this forward. Someone's probably going to be very happy because it's very good quality. So it's going in my giveaway pile. And finally, I'm probably going to give this a bit of a wash, but I am going to donate it. It's just one of these little coin pouches. I sometimes used to use this when I was traveling, but I realized that I have not reached for this for a really long time. Now it is a bit dirty, so I'm going to give it a good wash and then give it to someone who might be able to use it. So this is the status. We've got stuff that's going, we've got a bunch of stuff that's staying, and I'm going to put this aside and get started on the suitcase. Okay, kind of an awkward angle, but bear with me here. So here I have my main suitcase. It is a good size. My husband had this before we met, so it's been around for more than 6 years. It's sort of hard case and it does have like this expanding feature, so you can make it a little bit wider, which is good. We use this for our international trips, so we do pretty much every year because we go back and visit my folks and my family and friends in Sweden. So this is our main bag, but our second bag is this backpack here. You can open up the zip here and get the actual backpack part, so you can put it on your back. But it's also got the flags from a bunch of places. We've traveled a lot of places with this bag. We love it, it's great. And this little bag that I showed you before does zip onto the front of this bag. Now, when we travel, we pretty much take this bag and anything off, and we actually lock all the compartments with little padlocks for security. But this is sort of our secondary, non-fragile stuff bag. So both of these main bags are going to stay because we do use them. We will be using them for our big trip coming up this year. Now, I do have one more backpack. This is not the backpack that my husband used for work regularly, but this is a bigger size than his everyday work bag, and he wanted to keep this. You might have seen this when I decluttered under my stairs. I'll link that video up here if you haven't seen it yet. I'll also link it below. But he wanted to keep this because this is a good size for carry-on. So when I'm done, when I pack all this up, you'll see me put this bag together with these bags because they're all part of travel luggage stuff. I do have a plan for the storage of the other bags. I'll show you that at the end of this video. Now let's talk about packing cubes. Packing cubes are fantastic. They help you contain your stuff. I have traveled and lived in between places for a long time, and packing cubes can be really, really helpful. But I reckon we have too many, and some of them are not great quality. In our regular work bag, we have 2 packing cubes. I'll show them on the screen here for you, but they're really good quality. They're the same brand as my work bag, and we use them pretty much every week, and they are our kind of go-to socks, underwear, smaller items when we travel. Before we got those, however, we had all of these packing cubes. Oh, actually, I don't even know what this is. Where's this from? This is not a packing cube. This is a drawstring backpack bag that has not gotten used for at least a year. That's going in the giveaway. I think that's from like an event or something. All right, here we go. This is a normal drawstring bag. I often use these for shoes. So I'm gonna put this with packing cube related things because that could actually come in handy. All right, let's count how many bloody packing cubes I've got. I have 8 packing cubes plus the 2 we use all the time. We are 2 people. We do not travel that much. And honestly, this is way more than we need. I don't know if this happens to you with bags and luggage and stuff, but we basically end up packing our big bags and then all these small things just get shoved around and moved back and forth every time we travel. So I'm very glad I'm doing this declutter because I think we can get rid of some of this stuff. So let's look at what we have. So these gray ones, my husband got these, I don't even know, they're not a name brand. I have no idea where these came from. Maybe Aldi, maybe somewhere else. They're not very heavy duty though. And I'm pretty sure this zip is broken. Yeah, this one, the zip is actually broken on. So my husband doesn't really like this one. He hasn't reached for this one. And I think because they're the same brand, we had the same issue with the smaller size. So it's sort of a large and a medium kind of bag. So if the zips work properly, I'll test them, but he has not reached for these at all. So I'm going to put them in the either donate, and obviously if the zip isn't working properly, I'm going to trash it. Okay, then we have a set of 3 of some brand, Sky Life. Don't even know what brand that is, but it's sort of a large and 2 mediums. I'm going to check the zips quickly on these because if they work, we might keep them. Okay, so the zips work well on these. They don't seem particularly heavy duty bags, but I think we're going to keep these because they seem to be functioning, and if I'm getting rid of those other 2, this will be 3. So let's tentatively put them in the maybe pile and look at these guys. So this is a set of 3 bags that I got way before my husband and I met, so probably 7-8 years ago. I got them from Aldi. Now these have been pretty heavy duty, and they have this mesh on the front so you can easily see what is in it, and I like that they're a different color. Most things that we buy in our home are, it's like gray and black and stuff, whereas these are sort of a tealy blue, so they're easy to spot. So if you're traveling with other people, you can easily go, oh, mine's the blue one, whereas on our overnight bags, they're both kind of a black grey, so I've tied a little green ribbon on mine so I can easily grab and know which one's mine in the cupboard. These, however, have travelled with me a lot, and I reckon I can get rid of some, if not all of these. Let me have a look at the zips and I'll be back with you. Okay, so the zips actually work on all of them, but this one here is really torn. And this is too big. So what I find is usually when I want a packing cube, it's because I want to divide things up like shirts, shorts, bathing suits, undies. And this is simply too big. You can see it's like as big as my torso. It's huge. So it is worn. It's been through a lot. And I don't think this is something I should be donating because it's torn and not of great quality. So we're going to get rid of that. Looking a little bit closer on this particular one, this one is actually getting quite worn as well. And in reality, something of this size I would mostly use for things like underwear, bathing suits, things like that. I don't actually need this size because if you remember, I have 2 small ones of the black. I have another one. So this feels a bit excessive. It's borderline donate. I'll think about it, but I'm gonna say goodbye to this one. And actually, I'm debating with myself here. This is how decluttering goes though. I am actually gonna let go of this one too. This one and the smaller size are in donatable condition, I would say. So I'm gonna donate those 2, throw away the larger one, and that leaves me with 2 packing cubes of heavy duty that we use all the time and 3 kind of backup, which is plenty for us. So the thing when you travel with a large backpack as your main luggage is that it can be hard to kind of secure all the straps and things. This backpack is particularly good because it has this pocket here that you can lock, by the way. So it's got a padlock on it. For all the straps and things. But before I met my husband, I did a lot of backpacking and I had another type of large hiking pack. And that meant that I had this backpack cover so that I could put that over the bag at the airport and check it in without having to go to the special counter and stuff. Now this has been through the wars with me. It is filthy because it's traveled, it's been through so many international flights. It's served me really, really well, but it is a little bit torn in places. So because it's kind of like a specialty item and it was pretty expensive when I bought it, I am going to put a post up in my local Pay It Forward giveaway for free group and see if any young person going traveling would like something like this, because it is a sort of a throw around thing. It probably fits well for a 65 to 75 litre backpack, and it's a great thing to be able to contain your backpack and all the straps and stuff and lock it. But I'm just never going to use it because in the 6 years I've been with my husband, we have used this setup. It's worked just fine. I've never needed this. So yeah, it's not donatable, but maybe someone would like it. So I'm going to post today in the local Pay It Forward group and see if someone wants it. The final little thing you might have seen is this thing here, which is a luggage strap. It's got all the Swedish colors on it. This is really something that we use to strap around this bag, and the reason we use this sort of multicolored one is that it's really easy to spot. I have a very bright, I've got a very bright pink luggage tag, which can be helpful because how many suitcases are black when you go to the wheelie thing at the end there? So this helps, but this is also a really good thing. So we actually do use this. I'm going to actually put it inside the bag so that it's with the bag rather than random and loose. So let's see where we're at and start packing all this away. All right, so here is all the stuff that is staying. We got our big luggage, including 3 packing cubes. We pared it down to, they live in here. The kind of overnight weekend bag with 2 packing cubes. My handbag, my work bag. My small handbag is inside that bag, as you would have seen. And this tub I'm going to put under the stairs outside this room. And it holds all of the other sort of backpack related things. I might be able to store some other stuff in there. And here are all the things we are getting rid of. It is pretty amazing when you start going through your stuff and you realize how much of your stuff you don't use. So I'm going to be adding this to the pile. Let's see how much is in that growing pile now. So this is how this decluttering challenge is going for a minimalist. I feel like I'm getting rid of a fair bit of stuff here. So let's keep going. Let me know in the comments below what you've decluttered.